The DNA test was an impulse purchase. Christmas gift to myself, 47 years old, curious about ancestry and health markers. I spit in the tube, mailed it back, forgot about it for 6 weeks. Then the email came. Your results are ready. I logged in, expecting to see percentages of European ancestry, maybe some Scandinavian or Eastern European heritage to explain my light hair. What I got was a list of DNA matches. Close family, first cousins, and at the top of the list, Jennifer Walsh. Predicted relationship, half-sibling. 25% DNA shared. I stared at the screen for a long time. Half-sibling. I had a brother, Michael, 2 years younger, living in Portland with his wife and kids. Our parents were both gone. Dad from a heart attack 6 years ago. Mom from cancer 3 years ago. We'd been a normal, boring, middle-class family. No secrets, no drama, no hidden siblings. Except, apparently there was one. I called Michael. Did you take a DNA test? No. Why? Because I just got results that say I have a half-sibling, a sister, Jennifer Walsh. Does that name mean anything to you? Silence. Then, no. Are you sure it's not a mistake? 25% shared DNA. That's definitely a half-sibling. Did mom or dad? I don't know. They're both dead. I can't ask them. More silence. Then Michael said, maybe reach out to her, see what she knows. The DNA site had a messaging feature. I spent an hour composing and deleting messages. Finally sent. Hi, Jennifer. I just got my DNA results, and it shows we're half-siblings. This is a complete surprise to me. I'd love to connect if you're open to it. I'm Margaret Lawson, 47, living in Chicago. Would be happy to share more information or answer any questions you might have. She responded 3 days later. I know who you are. Been on this site for 5 years waiting to see if anyone from my birth family would show up. Guess you finally did. Not sure I want to connect. Need to think about it. Not the warm response I'd hoped for, but at least she'd responded. I waited. Tried not to check the site obsessively for new messages. Failed. 2 weeks later, another message. If you want to talk, here's my number. Don't expect too much. I called that night. She answered on the fourth ring. Yeah? Jennifer, this is Margaret, from the DNA site. I know who you are. Her voice was rough, scratchy, smoker's voice. What do you want? I wanted to know you. I didn't know I had a sister. This is all new to me. It's not new to me. I've known about you my whole life. Well, known there was a family out there that our mother chose instead of me. Our mother. Are you saying our mom gave you up for adoption? That's exactly what I'm saying. Patricia Lawson, née Miller, had me when she was 19, gave me up, then went on to have you and your brother and live her nice suburban life while I bounced through foster homes and group facilities. I felt sick. I didn't know. She never told us. Of course she didn't. Why would she? Easier to pretend I never existed. Jennifer, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Yeah, well, now you do. Is that all you wanted? To know I exist? No. I mean, I'd like to meet you, get to know you. You're my sister. She laughed, bitter. I'm not your sister. I'm a stranger who shares some DNA with you. There's a difference. But we could... Look, Margaret, I don't know what kind of Hallmark reunion fantasy you've got in your head, but I'm not interested. I've spent 49 years being angry at the woman who gave birth to me and then chose to keep other kids while abandoning me. I'm not looking for a new family. I'm fine alone. I just want to meet you, once, just coffee. If you hate it, I'll leave you alone. Long silence. Then, fine, one meeting. But I'm telling you now, don't expect me to be grateful or warm or whatever you're imagining. I'm not that person. We met in a Denny's parking lot in Indianapolis, halfway between Chicago and her town in southern Indiana. It was a gray Saturday in March, cold and damp, the kind of Midwest weather that seeps into your bones. I got there early, sat in my car, watching for someone who might be my sister. Tried to imagine what she'd look like, if she'd have our mother's features, our father's, or was it a different father? A beaten-up Toyota pulled in 20 minutes late. A woman got out, tall, thin, wearing jeans and a faded sweatshirt, dark blonde hair pulled back in a messy ponytail, 49 years old but looking older, hard-worn. She lit a cigarette, stood by her car, didn't approach mine. I got out, walked over. Jennifer? She looked at me with eyes that were my mother's eyes, pale blue, slightly downturned at the outer corners. The resemblance was startling. Margaret. Hi, thank you for meeting me. She took a drag on her cigarette, looked me over. You look like her, more than I do. You have her eyes. Great, got her eyes and nothing else. No stability, no family, no college fund, just the eyes. I didn't know what to say. We stood there in the parking lot, strangers with shared DNA, while cold wind cut through my coat. You want to go inside? I asked. Get coffee? I'm fine here. Okay, well, I wanted to meet you. I wanted you to know that I didn't know about you. If I had known, what? You would have found me? Rescued me? Brought me into your happy family? She laughed. You were a kid. You couldn't have done anything. And your parents, our mother, she made her choice. She must have had reasons. She was 19, probably scared. Don't make excuses for her. She had reasons, sure, but those reasons meant I spent my childhood being moved from home to home, being abused, being told I was unwanted, while she was raising you in some nice house with family dinners and birthday parties. The anger was palpable. Decades of it, compressed into every word. I'm sorry, I said. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I don't want your sorry. I don't want your pity. I don't know what you want from me, but I'm not interested in playing happy family with the people who got to have the life I should have had. She dropped her cigarette, ground it under her boot. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have come. Jennifer, wait. No, I'm done. Go back to Chicago. Live your nice life. Forget about me. It's what everyone else did. She got in her car and drove away. 7 minutes. That's how long our first meeting lasted. 7 minutes in a Denny's parking lot before my newly discovered sister decided she wanted nothing to do with me. I sat in my car for an hour afterward, crying. Not the tearful reunion I'd imagined, not the beginning of a beautiful sister relationship, just rejection and anger and a glimpse into a life that had been exponentially harder than mine. My name is Margaret Lawson. I'm 50 now, but I was 47 when I discovered I had a half-sister my mother had given up for adoption before I was born. 3 years later, I'm still trying to build a relationship with a woman who resents my existence and everything I represent. And I'm learning that some wounds are too deep to heal, that blood doesn't create connection, and that you can't rescue someone who spent their entire life learning not to trust anyone. But I keep trying, because walking away feels like abandoning her a second time. After that first meeting, I didn't contact Jennifer for a month. Gave her space, gave myself time to process what she'd said. I dug through my parents' belongings, boxes I'd kept in storage after they died, looking for any evidence of Jennifer's existence. Found it in a box of my mother's papers, a faded birth certificate. Baby girl Miller, born March 15th, 1974. My mother would have been 19. The father was listed as unknown. Attached with a paperclip was an adoption decree, dated April 1974. My mother had given up a baby girl 1 month old. 2 years later, she married my father. I was born a year after that. Michael 2 years after me. Jennifer existed in a liminal space before our family began, the child our mother had before she became the mother we knew. I found a journal, too, my mother's handwriting, entries from 1974. I can't keep her. I'm 19. I have no money, no support, no way to raise a child alone. The adoption agency says she'll go to a good family, says she'll have opportunities I can't give her. I have to believe that's true. I have to believe I'm doing the right thing. But Jennifer hadn't gone to a good family. She'd gone into the foster system, had been moved repeatedly, had experienced abuse, all while our mother built a comfortable life with a new husband and the children she chose to keep. The guilt was crushing. Not my guilt. I hadn't made any of these choices, but inherited guilt. The weight of benefiting from my mother's decision to keep me while Jennifer suffered from the decision to give her up. I sent Jennifer another message. I found your birth certificate in my mother's belongings. I found her journal from that time. I know that doesn't change anything or make anything better, but I wanted you to know she thought about you. She believed she was doing the right thing by placing you for adoption. No response for 3 weeks. Then, thinking about me doesn't mean shit. She still gave me away and kept you. Actions matter, not thoughts. I know. You're right. I'm not trying to defend her. I just thought you'd want to know you weren't forgotten. I was literally given away. That's the definition of forgotten. Jennifer, can we try again? Another meeting? I know I can't fix what happened, but I'd like to know you, as a person. Not as my sister necessarily, but as Jennifer. Who you are. What your life is like. Long pause. Then, why? Why do you care? Because you're my sister. Because you exist. Because ignoring that feels wrong. Your mother ignored it fine for 50 years. She's not here to answer for that, but I am here, and I'm not ignoring you. Another long pause. Fine, one more meeting, but I'm not promising anything. We met again 2 months later. Same Denny's parking lot. This time she agreed to go inside. We sat in a booth by the window, ordered coffee. Sat in awkward silence while I tried to figure out how to start a conversation with someone who resented everything about me. Tell me about your life, I said finally. Where you live, what you do. She stirred sugar into her coffee. I live in Bloomington, work at a gas station, have for 12 years. It's a job, pays the bills. Are you married? Kids? No and no. Never wanted kids. Didn't want to risk becoming her. Giving up a child because I couldn't handle it. That's understandable. I don't need you to validate my choices. We sat in more awkward silence. This was excruciating. Every sentence felt like navigating a minefield. What was it like? I asked. Growing up in foster care? She looked at me with something like contempt. What do you think it was like? It was shit. I was moved 6 times before I turned 12. Some homes were neglectful, some were abusive. All of them made it clear I was temporary, that I wasn't really wanted, that I was a burden they were paid to tolerate. I'm sorry. Stop apologizing. You didn't do anything wrong. You just got lucky, born to the same woman 2 years later when she'd gotten her life together and was ready to be a mother. Must be nice. The resentment was acid. I understood it. How could I not? She was right. I'd gotten everything she should have had. Stable parents, a home, education, love, all because I'd been born at the right time to the same woman who'd given her up. What do you want from me? I asked. Honestly, I keep reaching out and you keep saying you don't want a relationship, but you keep responding. So what do you want? She was quiet for a long time. I don't know. Part of me wants you to go away and stop reminding me of everything I didn't have. Part of me. I spent my whole life wondering if anyone from my birth family would ever look for me, if I mattered enough to be searched for, and then you show up, and I'm angry at you for not showing up sooner even though you didn't know I existed. So you're angry that I exist, and angry that I didn't find you sooner. Yeah, exactly. I know that's not fair. But nothing about this is fair. She finished her coffee. Look, Margaret, you seem like a nice person. You didn't do anything wrong, but every time I see you, all I see is the life I should have had, the family I should have been part of, and I don't know if I can get past that. What if we just tried? No expectations, just occasional contact, get to know each other without trying to force some sister relationship that doesn't exist yet. And if it never exists, if I can't get past the resentment, then at least we tried. She considered this. I'm not a good person, Margaret. I'm not warm or kind or the long-lost sister you probably imagined. I've got issues, addiction history, trust problems. I'm fucked up from a fucked up childhood. You might not like what you find if you get to know me. I'd still like to try. Why? Why does this matter so much to you? Because abandoning her felt like compounding the original abandonment. Because I had resources and stability, and I could at least offer, what? Friendship? Support? Acknowledgement that she existed and mattered? Because you're my sister, I said. And that means something to me even if it doesn't mean anything to you yet. She left that meeting without committing to anything, but she'd given me her actual phone number, and 3 weeks later she texted, "How's Chicago?" Small talk. Surface level. But it was something. Over the next year, we built a strange, fragile connection. Texts every few weeks, occasional phone calls where we'd talk about neutral topics, weather, work, TV shows. She told me more about her life in pieces. The addiction she'd struggled with in her 20s, pills, then alcohol, the AA meetings she still attended, the roommate she'd had who'd stolen from her, the complete absence of any lasting relationships. I told her about my life too, my job as a paralegal, my divorce 10 years ago, my daughter Emma, who was 23 and starting law school. My ordinary, comfortable, stable life. You have a daughter, Jennifer said during one call. So I'm an aunt. I guess you are. Does she know about me? Not yet. I wasn't sure if you'd want me to tell her. Tell her I don't care. Just don't expect me to suddenly become Aunt Jennifer who shows up for Thanksgiving. I won't expect anything. But I did expect things. Hope for things. Imagine that maybe over time Jennifer would soften, that the anger would fade, that we'd develop an actual relationship. I was naive. Year 2, Jennifer called me at 2 a.m., drunk, slurring her words. I fucking hate her, Margaret. Our mother. I hate her so much. She threw me away like garbage and kept you and your brother like you were worth keeping, and I wasn't. Jennifer, where are you? Are you safe? I'm at home. I'm fine. I'm so angry. All the time. And seeing you makes it worse because you're proof that she could be a good mother. She just didn't want to be one for me. That's not... Don't defend her. She made a choice. She chose you over me, and I've spent 50 years living with that choice, and it fucking destroyed me. She was crying, angry, bitter tears. I should just cut contact with you. It would be easier, not having to think about all this. If that's what you need to do, but I can't, because you're the only connection I have to where I came from, and I hate that I need that. I hate that I need anything from anyone. You don't have to hate needing connection. That's normal. Nothing about this is normal. You know what my therapist said? She said I have attachment issues because I learned early that people abandon you. And now I'm stuck in this fucked up pattern where I push people away before they can leave me. And I'm doing it to you too, and I know I'm doing it, and I can't stop. I'm not going anywhere, Jennifer. Everyone says that, and then they leave. She hung up. I tried calling back. She didn't answer. Sent texts. No response. For 2 weeks, nothing. I was terrified she'd hurt herself. Was considering calling the police for a wellness check when she finally texted. I'm fine. Sorry about the drunk call. Forget I said anything. But I couldn't forget, because what she'd said was true. She was caught in a pattern she couldn't break, pushing people away because she expected abandonment, then resenting the loneliness that followed. And I was caught too, trying to maintain a relationship with someone who resented my existence, who couldn't trust me, who might never be able to get past the anger of what our mother had done. We met in person again at year 3. I drove to Bloomington this time, took her to a nicer restaurant than Denny's. She looked better, cleaner, more put together. 6 months sober, she said when I commented on it, trying again. That's great. I'm proud of you. You don't get to be proud of me. You don't know me well enough. Can I just be glad you're doing better? I guess. We ordered food, made small talk. Then she said, I need money. My stomach sank. For what? Does it matter? I need money. You have money. Seems simple. Jennifer, I'm not asking for a handout. I'm asking for help. From my sister, who has resources I've never had. How much? $2,000. My rent's behind. I'll get evicted if I don't pay. I should have said no. Should have known this was a pattern. Testing me, seeing if I'd give, setting up a dynamic where I was the ATM and she was the recipient. But I couldn't, because saying no felt like confirming every belief she had about being unwanted and disposable. I'll send you the money, but Jennifer, this can't become a regular thing. Of course not, just this once. It wasn't just once. 3 months later, she needed money for car repairs. 4 months after that for medical bills. Each time I sent the money. Each time she promised it was the last time. Each time I knew I was being used but felt trapped by the guilt of having had everything she didn't. My brother Michael told me I was being an idiot. She's using you. You don't owe her money because Mom gave her up for adoption. She didn't have the advantages we had. That's not your responsibility to fix. You can't rescue her from 50 years of damage by writing checks. What am I supposed to do? Just cut her off? Yes. Set boundaries. Stop enabling whatever pattern she's in. But I couldn't, because every time I considered it, I'd think about Jennifer as a baby. 1 month old, given away by a mother who'd go on to keep her next children. And I'd think about how that must feel, to know you were the rejected one, the one who wasn't kept. How could I reject her again? Emma, my daughter, met Jennifer once. It went badly. Jennifer was hostile and defensive, made comments about how Emma had everything handed to her just like I had. Emma left early, told me later, "Mom, she's not healthy, and you trying to fix her isn't helping either of you. She's my sister. She's a stranger who happens to share DNA with you, and she's using your guilt to extract money and emotional labor. That's not a relationship. That's exploitation." Was it exploitation if I was offering freely, or was it obligation masquerading as generosity? I'm 50 now, 3 years into knowing Jennifer exists, 3 years of trying to build something from nothing, and I'm tired, exhausted by the dynamic where I give and she takes, and we both resent each other, her for needing, me for feeling obligated. Last month, Jennifer called. "I need $3,000 for a lawyer, got a DUI, need legal help." I said no, for the first time. "Jennifer, I can't keep giving you money. This isn't healthy for either of us." Silence. Then, "So that's it? You're done with me?" "I'm not done with you, but I can't be your bank. If you want a relationship with me, it has to be an actual relationship, not just you calling when you need something." "Fuck you, Margaret. You don't get to judge me. You had everything. I had nothing. And now you're cutting me off because I'm not the perfect sister you wanted?" "I'm cutting off the money, not you. If you want to talk, I'm here. If you want support or connection, I'm here. But I can't keep paying for your crises." She hung up. Haven't heard from her in 3 weeks. Don't know if I will. And I'm left with the question, did I do the right thing, or did I just abandon her the way everyone else has? My therapist, yes, I got a therapist to deal with all this, says I'm not responsible for Jennifer's healing, that I can't rescue someone who doesn't want to be rescued, that setting boundaries isn't abandonment, but it feels like abandonment, feels like I'm doing exactly what our mother did, deciding Jennifer is too difficult, too damaged, not worth the effort, except I'm not giving her away. I'm just refusing to be used. There's a difference, right? I don't know. 3 years in, and I still don't know if finding Jennifer was a mistake or not. I can't unfind her. Can't unknow that she exists. Can't return to the comfortable ignorance of thinking my family history was simple and drama-free. But I also can't fix her. Can't undo 50 years of damage. Can't make up for a mother who gave her away and kept me. Can't be the sister she needs because I don't know how to be a sister to someone who resents everything I represent. All I can do is what I'm doing. Maintaining boundaries, offering support when it's healthy, refusing to enable dysfunction, and living with the guilt and confusion of loving someone I don't actually like very much. My name is Margaret Lawson. I found my sister after 30 years and wish I hadn't. Not because she's a bad person, she's just a damaged one. Not because I don't care, I do, painfully, obligatorily, but because some reunions don't heal anything. They just open wounds you didn't know existed and force you to live with them bleeding. Jennifer exists. She's my sister, and I can't save her. Can't make up for what our mother did. Can't build a relationship out of guilt and obligation. All I can do is show up when it's healthy, set boundaries when it's not, and accept that blood doesn't create connection. It just creates complicated obligations we didn't choose, but have to navigate anyway. And maybe that's enough. Not the Hallmark reunion I imagined. Not the found family I hoped for. Just two women connected by DNA and resentment, trying to figure out what they owe each other, if anything. It's not a happy ending. It's just an ending that's still happening, still unresolved, still painful. And maybe that's the truth about family. Sometimes it's not about love or connection. Sometimes it's just about showing up to complicated situations because walking away would be worse. Even when staying is exhausting. Even when nothing gets better. Even when you're not sure if you're helping or just prolonging everyone's pain, you stay, because the alternative, abandoning her again, is unthinkable, even if staying is slowly destroying you both. If you've ever had a complicated family reunion that didn't go as hoped, or if you've learned that blood relation doesn't guarantee connection, I'd understand if you didn't want to share that story. These situations are painful and resist easy resolution. But if this resonated, if you've navigated the guilt and obligation of family relationships that don't work but can't be walked away from, maybe there's something in knowing others carry similar burdens. Thank you for reading and for understanding that sometimes the right thing and the healthy thing aren't the same, and we just have to live with that tension.